Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Brenda for those of you who don't know me. And today's video is going to be something I have never done before. And actually my husband Angel was the one who suggested I do these videos because of what he's seen me gone through, and he just thought, as a mom it would be great. Sometimes moms out there looking for tips, or they're wondering maybe, the same thing I wondered as I am raising my child, because there's been times, come on, let's be honest, we Google, we don't know. But anyway, I'm just here as a mom, as a woman, to tell you and talk about my experience. We're going to start from when I was pregnant till now my baby's 15 months and what I've learned along the way. Today I wanted to share how I was able to get a very easy and wonderful pregnancy. I know pregnancy is a very sensitive subject for some women. It's something to be respected. So I understand every woman's body and pregnancy is different. I am just going to share what I personally did and what I personally went through. I know some of the stuff I'm going to share with you might not apply to you because of medical issues and whatnot. So I'm just sharing my experience. Take what helps and what doesn't. I mean, that's okay. We're all different. But I just wanted to go ahead and share that with you. So I even made notes here because I'm scatterbrained. So I had to put them in here. But yeah, let's start with first trimester, which if not for most women, for a lot of women, it is technically and typically usually the hardest. Sorry about the angle here, by the way. I had to work with this angle right now because my camera was dying, everything's baby monitor, everything was dying, so I had to adjust myself. But anyways, back on track. First trimester is just difficult because, in my opinion, your body's changing. It is growing a baby. It's when you get all the symptoms. Now, for me personally, the only symptom I really had was morning sickness. And for me, it's really like, it was all day sickness. It was bad because it was an all day thing, but it wasn't horrible to where I was on the toilet a lot. Throughout my pregnancy, in first trimester, I only threw up 3 times. One I don't even count because it was just really very, very mild, minimal. One was very bad to the point where my face, because of the effort that your body does to throw up, I know that's probably TMI, but I got like red spots on my face. My eye had like, I don't know, it was like red. There was some like blood drainage, whatever that is, in my eye. So it was kind of bad, but other than that, it was just those 3 times. What I did though to help with my morning sickness was, or that I think it helped, was that I actually worked throughout my pregnancy until technically the day before he arrived. So I stopped working 2 weeks before my due date. I remember it was on a Thursday, and I was going to finish out the week, but that end of the month ended up on a Thursday. So I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to call it quits here and then give myself 2 weeks to, kind of like nest, relax, because I worked out up to 3 weeks before my baby was due. I'm like, I'm just going to relax these last 2 weeks. Well, I stopped working on a Thursday. That night, before going, that week actually, that Tuesday night, I think my mucus plug just, came out. And then I had an appointment on Wednesday with my doctor. We told her, she's like, you'll be fine a few more days. Angel was like, no, you're not. And I was like, you know what, I feel good right now. There's nothing else going on, so he's gonna come when he's gonna come. And I was thinking like early next week I'll have a few days at least. Well, I stopped working Thursday, and then that night my water broke. Like, I got up and I thought I had to go pee, and I had to go pee. And then I went back to bed and I was like, okay, like, is this pee coming out or what's going on? I go into the bathroom and just water you know. It's like, basically it felt like an uncontrolled pee. And I just looked at it, and I looked at Angels, I'm like, I think my water broke. And that morning, so that was around 2 a.m., and then at 6 a.m. I arrived at the hospital, just waited for my mom to get off work and whatnot. So I technically had no day off that I was planning. So it happened really fast after I started working, which, going back to morning sickness and how it helped me staying busy with work, helped me so much. Like, keeping my mind busy, even though I was feeling that morning sickness all day, staying busy gave my mind something else to focus on and not the actual sickness that I was feeling, if that makes any sense. So for me, that was like a huge help. Even though I felt it, it was there, but I was so busy with other things that it was not my biggest concern or that what I was focusing on. So I think keeping yourself busy, even if you're not working, definitely helps to keep your mind off those symptoms. I understand some women get it much worse and it's hard. But if you have something similar, or you're going through something similar, that's something I would recommend for you to try. When I did have, like, to the point where I'm like, just thinking I'm going to throw up, I would take ginger bites. I bought them at Sprouts. I'll go ahead and try to find them and put a picture somewhere here. I lived on those. I had them at work. I had them home. I took them to the gym, like, to my purse. They were just with me 24/7. Those things were a lifesaver. I think if I remember, there's a limited amount you can actually take during the day, but I didn't need more than that. I was perfectly fine. It was just when that feeling of like I'm going to throw up came, throwing a ginger bite, and thankfully, like 90% of the time, it was good. Again, I only threw up 3 times, so it wasn't bad at all for me. So tying to all that, and leading to something that is very sensitive for a lot of women, that is tough, working out. I worked out a lot before, not just before my pregnancy, but before COVID, before the lockdown. I worked out 6, 7, even 7 days a week sometimes. So I was constantly working out. Then pandemic came, lockdown, and we still found a way to work out as much as we could and what we could possibly do. And then at that time when I was pregnant, James reopened again, thankfully. So my husband's an instructor, a Zumba instructor, so I kept myself, busy going to classes like at least 4 times a week, if I remember, at least, because he was teaching several classes then. And I just kept moving. Like, I was going to work, and I was in a CPA office, so my first trimester, thank God, was during tax season, which kept me really busy, which helped with all those, symptoms you may have. I had, like, the sickness. Then working out, like, after I came home, lay down for like 15-20 minutes, change, and go to the gym. So keeping myself busy like that while being pregnant helped me to not worry about, like, oh, I don't feel good. Oh, even if I feel tired. Like, there were times where I did not want to get out from bed after coming from work to go to the gym. But I knew I did not want to gain a lot of weight. I just wanted the pregnancy, baby weight, whatever I had to gain, and not any extra weight, if that makes sense. So not only working out helped me stay busy throughout the day, but it also maintained my weight. I only gained what the doctor said for my height, for my weight, what she, thought was the range. I did not go over, but that's because I kept myself busy and I worked out. I know it's hard. I know you feel tired. I've been there. But I think for me, thinking of the benefits of delivery when working out, afterwards for recovery when working out, was way more than my tiredness. So I know it's difficult, and I know some women, I should say, can't during the pregnancy, but if you can and you like it, even if you don't, at least try to walk. I definitely recommend that. Now, tying with the workout and the pregnancy weight, it's the eating. We hear, especially from like family, members or aunts, stuff like that, you're eating for 2. I'm sorry, like, this is gonna sound horrible, but you ain't eating for 2, honey. You're eating for 1 person. Yes, you can take a little bit more, because you are creating life, you do have a baby, but that baby ain't eating the same amount you're eating. Like, it's just no way. That is definitely a myth. Do not mean to be disrespectful, but it's just the truth. You're not eating for two, you're eating for you. And you're eating for your baby. So keep in mind what you're putting into your body, because everything you're putting into your body, your baby is eating as well. So keeping a healthy, balanced meal, in your diet, if you want to call that diet, that's what I would recommend. I was not like overly, just veggies and that. No, I was just, and I still am, honestly, eating balanced. I didn't get into a diet after having my baby. I was not in a diet when I was pregnant, obviously, because that would be terrible. But I was also not overindulging. I was not overeating. I ate what I felt like my body needed. Regular amount. When it came to cravings, I didn't have a lot of cravings. My cravings were honestly like banana in my cereal and bagels. And I had that in the morning, and then I worked out in the afternoon. So honestly, it wasn't bad. Like, either I ate a bagel with a coffee and maybe some eggs in the morning, or my cereal with a banana, and I still worked out. So it's not like, I'm overeating. Cravings, like maybe chips, chocolate. I love chocolate, but my pregnancy, I did not like it. So that was an issue for me. Chips and things like that. Rarely. I remember once we got those little very tiny bags of chips. We're at the store and I'm like, those look good. I craved them at that moment. Well, I came home, put them away. A week later, I opened the bag. And then, it took me, a week at least to finish it. So, I'm not saying do not ignore your cravings. Get them. But do not think, I'm pregnant. I'm craving this. I can just eat everything I want. I mean, you can, but then just keep in mind that you're feeding that to your baby. And it most likely would result in weight gain. But again, try whatever you want, whatever you're craving, at least try it. You don't have to finish it, just try it, So if you have an issue with, maybe you're feeling like you're overeating and you want all these cravings and you don't know how to stop, get them, just try a little bit, but don't finish it. That's something I would recommend. Maybe it can work. And that definitely, there's something in my eye. That definitely helped me with staying within the weight that I was supposed to gain. Out of everything that I just mentioned, I think the most important thing that will make your pregnancy the most beautiful, the most easygoing, is having a very supportive partner. I think when you're in a pregnancy, it's not just you, it's also your partner. So having a person, if it's not your partner, friend, or family, there for you, it just makes everything, much easier. Personally, for me, I have an amazing man. Since we've been together, I've always been happy. During my pregnancy, I think we both enjoyed it. I know we both enjoyed it. I was super happy, super, super happy. I was worry-free, very worry-free, so having that blessing to have a man that made me feel secure in every way, to where I did not have to worry about anything other than enjoying my pregnancy, I think that makes a huge difference. I know I'm in a very blessed position. I understand that everyone, could have that opportunity to not worry about technically anything. But if there's a tip for maybe your partner or man, try to, the least amount of things you have to worry about would definitely help. I feel beautiful during my pregnancy. He made me feel beautiful during my pregnancy. Before, during, and after pregnancy, he helps me a lot in the house. He cooks. He's involved in everything. So just having an actual partner other than just someone there, or again, a significant other or a family or a friend, anyone who you are close with, it just makes a difference. At least for me, it made a huge difference, and still does. So those are what the tips that I wanted to share with you. Again, I don't want to, come across harsh or like rude or mean. I'm just being completely honest. Like, that's all you're gonna get with me. Just me, and I'm just being honest. I'm just sharing what I went through, what I did, what helped me. And if anything from here helps you, that is awesome. If you're planning to get pregnant, if you're pregnant or someone is and is dealing or going through some of this stuff, maybe it's something you can suggest. Hey, why don't you try this if it works and if they're able to. But anyway, enough chatting. Thank you so much for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you like this video and subscribe if you want to see more. I will be doing more tips. I think the next one will be the actual delivery portion. Had a very interesting delivery. And then just baby stuff, I guess, after that. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.
I wish that I could